closest to you live small, think small, and dream small, you will eventually shrink to match their level. Growth doesn't happen in a vacuum. It requires an environment that pushes you to reach higher, do better, and think deeper. That's why you need people around you who don't let you get comfortable being average. People who don't flatter your excuses but instead confront your potential. The kind of people who don't just tell you what you want to hear, they tell you what you need to hear. We all crave comfort, but comfort is the enemy of progress. And the wrong crowd will keep you comfortable, even if that means watching you waste your life. But the right people won't let you stay stuck. They'll call you out when you slack. They'll challenge your mindset when you start thinking small. They'll remind you who you said you wanted to become when you start slipping. It might not always feel good, but it will always serve your growth, because growth lives in tension. It lives in uncomfortable conversations, honest feedback, and the kind of relationships that demand more from you. That's why you must be intentional about who you give your energy to. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your life. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Start evaluating your circle. Do the people around you speak life or drain your spirit? Do they bring clarity or confusion? Are they growing, learning, evolving, or are they stuck in the same cycles they were in 5 years ago? Look, it's not about being better than anybody. It's about being around people who are better for you. People who inspire you just by how they live. People who don't need to preach to you because their actions speak louder than their words. People who've been where you want to go and are willing to reach back and pull you forward. Mentors, role models, friends with purpose. Those are the people you need in your corner. And it's not just about cutting off toxic people. It's also about making room for growth partners. People who push you to think critically, challenge your worldview, and expand your mindset. You'll know you're around the right people when your goals start getting bigger, your excuses start getting smaller, and your habits start getting sharper. You'll know you're in the right space when conversations leave you energized, not drained. When being around someone makes you want to go read, write, train, pray, or take that risk you've been putting off. That's the power of the right circle. They won't let you settle. They won't let you hide. They won't let you give up on yourself. Sometimes choosing growth means outgrowing people. And that's hard, especially when they've been in your life a long time. But not everyone who started with you is meant to finish with you. Some people are assignments for a season, not for a lifetime. You can love them, pray for them, and wish them well from a distance, because your future deserves protection. Your dreams deserve a tribe that fuels them, not friends that suffocate them. It's not selfish to protect your peace. It's necessary. And as you elevate your circle, you'll notice that your energy shifts, your standards rise, and your purpose becomes clearer. Because you were never meant to do this journey alone. You were meant to walk with people who see you, challenge you, and believe in you even when you're still figuring it out for yourself. Embrace failure as part of the growth process, not the end. One of the greatest lies we've been taught is that failure is something to fear, something to avoid at all costs. But the truth is, failure is one of life's greatest teachers. It shows up not to break you, but to build you. Every setback holds a lesson. Every rejection carries redirection. Every fall forces you to rise with a little more wisdom, strength, and clarity than before. The people who grow the most aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who run into it, learn from it, and keep going in spite of it. When you shift your mindset and stop treating failure as final, you unlock a new level of power within yourself. You stop hesitating. You stop doubting. You stop playing small, because you realize that even if you mess up, you're still moving forward. Growth requires risk, and risk carries the possibility of failure. But if you avoid risk, you avoid growth. If you're always trying to play it safe, stay comfortable, and do everything perfectly, you're robbing yourself of your potential. The greatest transformations in life usually come after the greatest disappointments. You don't find out what you're truly made of until life knocks you down and you have to choose whether you're going to stay down or stand back up. Failure introduces you to your real self. It strips away the image, the ego, the excuses. It humbles you. It refines you. It shows you where you still need to grow, where you lack preparation, where your mindset still needs work. It's painful, yes, but it's necessary. When you look at successful people, what you're really seeing is a highlight reel of their resilience. Behind every win is a list of losses, rejections, missteps, and moments of doubt. But they didn't quit. They didn't let one failure define them. They understood that failure isn't something to be ashamed of. It's something to study. You analyze what went wrong. You ask better questions. You develop better strategies. You sharpen your approach. And you try again, this time with experience on your side. That's how growth works. It's not a straight line. It's a cycle of trying, failing, learning, and evolving. Failure also teaches you patience. In a world that's obsessed with instant results and overnight success, failure slows you down and forces you to trust the process. It reminds you that meaningful change doesn't happen overnight. That sometimes the lesson you needed wasn't in the win, but in the waiting. Failure stretches you. It builds character. It makes the eventual success that much more meaningful because you know how hard you had to fight to get there. It reminds you that perseverance is more powerful than perfection. That showing up again and again, even after falling, is what separates the ones who dream from the ones who do. There will be times when failure makes you question everything, when it shakes your confidence, rattles your faith, and tempts you to walk away. But that's where the breakthrough begins. If you can keep showing up in the face of failure, you become unstoppable. You develop grit, focus, humility, and perspective. And those qualities don't just help you succeed, they help you handle success when it finally comes, because you earned it. You didn't get there through shortcuts, you got there by falling flat on your face and choosing to get back up, again and again. Failure is not your enemy, fear of failure is, because fear keeps you stuck. Fear keeps you from even trying. But once you understand that failure is feedback, not defeat, you stop fearing and you start embracing it. And when you embrace failure, you give yourself permission to dream bigger, risk more, and become who you were truly meant to be. Focus on your own lane. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. One of the biggest traps in personal growth is constantly measuring your progress against what someone else is doing. It's so easy in today's world where social media puts everyone's highlight reel on display to look at someone else's success, lifestyle, or achievements and start feeling like you're behind. But the truth is, comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your focus, your peace, and your drive. It distracts you from your path by making you believe that someone else's chapter 10 means your chapter 2 isn't good enough. But their timing isn't your timing. Their struggles aren't your struggles. Their purpose isn't your purpose. You were not created to live someone else's life. You were created to walk your own journey at your own pace with your own unique steps along the way. When you constantly compare yourself to others, you lose sight of what actually matters. You stop appreciating how far you've come because you're too busy obsessing over where someone else is. You start making decisions based on envy, not purpose. You chase validation instead of authenticity. You try to compete with people who aren't even aware there's a competition going on. And in the process, you exhaust yourself. That exhaustion doesn't come from hard work. It comes from trying to beat something you're not. It comes from trying to match a path that was never meant for you in the first place. Every person has a different calling, a different background.